Namaste to all of you. My name is Sundar Balakrishnan. This video is about Saturn transit. In Tamil we call Shani Peyarchi. In Hindi we call Shani Ka Gochar. Now when we say transit, it is always from one sign to the another. Sign I mean from Aries to Pisces. Currently you all may be knowing Saturn is transiting in the sign Pisces, and Saturn had already transited from the sign Aquarius to Pisces on 29th of March 2025. However, there is a confusion, as usual, there is a confusion in the South India. It is due to the two variations of Panchang that is available in South India, namely Vakya Panchang and Drik Panchang. And as per Vakya Panchang, Shani is supposed to be transiting, that is, planet Saturn is supposed to be transiting from the sign Aquarius to Pisces on March 6th, 2026. Now, as a layman, for that matter, we as astrologers also are sometimes surprised as to when Saturn has already transited from the sign Aquarius to Pisces on 29th of March 2025. How come one of the Panchang or the almanac tells you saying that Saturn is now only going to transit from the sign Aquarius to Pisces on March 6th, 2026. Now friends, I just wanted to give you a background again, the difference between Vakya Panchang and Drik Panchang. Vakya Panchang, if you are aware of, it is nothing but it is the collection of Vakyas, that is sutras. In the past, the ancient Indian astronomers had compiled various tables, astronomical data, in the form of sutras, which are available in a document called Vakya. And these sutras are available for every celestial event, name it eclipse or any transit of planet. However, this calculation, which is basically based on traditional calculation, it is not based on the actual celestial transit of planet as is given in the Drik Panchang. For planetary transit like the Saturn, Jupiter, Rahu, Ketu, for that matter any planet, and eclipse, whether it is solar eclipse or lunar eclipse, it is always advisable to go as per Drik Panchang, because that is the Panchang which gives you the actual celestial transit of planet based on the near about NASA calculations. Vakya Panchang can be referred with respect to the various festivals, following various vratas like Ekadashi. For all those events, you can very well follow Vakya Panchang. But when it comes to these kind of celestial transit like Saturn, where it is said that Saturn is going to transit to the sign Pisces on 29th of on March 6th, 2026. And people like us don't follow Vakya Panchang, we follow only Drik Panchang. However, in the Tamil Nadu, there is a famous temple in Tirunallar, which is specifically for Saturn, where the remedial measures are performed for the Saturn transit. And in this Tirunallar temple, which is there in Karaikal district, they are going to be performing Saturn transit remedial measures on March 6th, 2026. And based on that or following that, there are various temples in Mumbai and also in South India. They also perform this Saturn transit remedial measures. So for you as a layman, there is absolutely no problem in performing this remedial measure for Saturn transit. However, you should be aware that there is no such celestial transit is happening on March 6th, 2026. That is Saturn transiting from Aquarius to Pisces, because as per the Drik Panchang, Saturn has already transited from Aquarius to Pisces on 29th of March 2025. Now the basic purpose of telling you is why Saturn has become so important. Jupiter is also important, but Saturn as such is important because Saturn stays in one sign for a period of 2.5 years. Now I will take you through an example chart of Mr. Anil Ambani, whom you are aware of, saying that he has been embroiled in a scam wherein his palatial house in Mumbai has been attached by Enforcement Directorate. He has also been hit by this Saturn transit, and while going through his chart, I will also explain as to why Saturn transit is important, so that if you are interested, you can also perform remedial measures in your respective areas near your houses, wherever temples are conducting this Saturn transit remedy. So I will take you through the chart of Anil Ambani. Now this is the chart of Anil Ambani. You will see that in his case, he is going through the Saturn Dasha. So for all those people who are going through the Saturn Dasha or Saturn Antardasha, they can very well perform the remedial measure for Saturn. In addition to this, there are various other types of Saturn transit. The major one is 7.5 years of Saturn transit, where in Tamil it is known as Erdavanattashani, that is 7.5 years of transit Saturn. Now if you see this transit here, this is the South Indian chart. Saturn is sitting in the sign Pisces. This is the sign Pisces, that is Meena Rashi. And for the North Indian people, Saturn is sitting here. The 12 number signifies the sign Pisces. So this Saturn, as per Drik Panchang, has already transited from the sign Aquarius to Pisces on 29th of March 2025. Now for all those people who are born with the moon sign, where moon is in sign Aquarius, that is Kumbha Rashi, or Meena Rashi here, or Mesha Rashi here, they can very well perform the Saturn remedial measures in the respective temples nearby your house. Similarly, if any of you are having moon in the sign Sagittarius, that is Dhanu Rashi, Saturn will be transiting in the fourth house, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is known as Ardhashtam Shani, or the Saturn which is transiting in the fourth house. Ardhashtam means half of 8, that is 4. Similarly, all those people who are having, say, Simha Rashi, that is Leo sign, for them it will be Ashtam Shani, that is from here, if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is 8th house. Saturn is transiting from the moon sign which is in Simha Rashi. Similarly, some of you may be having moon in the sign Virgo, that is Kanya Rashi. So from there, Saturn is transiting in the 7th house, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is known as Kantakshani. Similarly, some people may have moon in the sign Gemini, where Saturn is transiting in the 10th house from moon, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is also known as Kantak Shani or Karma Shani. The Ardhashtam Shani which I told you is also a type of Kantak Shani. These types of Ardhashtam Shani, Kantak Shani, Ashtam Shani or Karma Shani, these are all known as Chota Daya, small periods of 2.5 years of Saturn transit, whereas the 7.5 years for the people from Aquarius, Pisces and Aries, they are all going through the 7.5 years of transit, and 7.5 years is nothing but split up into 3 signs, that is 2.5 years for Aquarius, 2.5 years for Pisces and 2.5 years for Aries. So this is the 7.5 year cycle of Saturn transit. I hope I have made this clear. Now I will take you through the website of a Tirunallar temple where they are going to conduct the Saturn remedial measure. This is the Tirunallar temple. Now they are going to conduct the Saturn transit here. So if you are interested, you can call them and do the remedial measure in this temple also, or any of your nearby temple near your house. Thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed this video. You can give your comments and I will be happy to answer all your comments as and when I get time. Thank you.